Well, that may affect our assessment of where the Jets will land in the AFC East.
Right.
That is the exercise in which we are now engaging. Fourth through first in that division. There are the odds. The Bills, the overwhelming favorites at -330, according to DraftKings. The Jets, the long shot, at 19-1. So, who finishes fourth? Is it the Jets? Is it someone else in your estimation? Who do you put there?
I'm going to put the Jets there. I thought I'd put them higher. Like, if you actually asked me this 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'd be like, I think the Jets are one of those teams that could be sneaky good, right? They got talent on their defense, like we know. And I do think their defense is going to be a force to be reckoned with. But, yeah, I don't trust Justin Fields in the offense. I don't. I really don't. So I got to see that. I got to see that their ability to run the football is so good that they don't have to depend on Justin Fields to throw the ball at a high level 25 to 30 times a game. And I don't know that yet. So, yeah, I'm going to take them fourth, even though I think it's very close between the team I'm going to pick third here in a second. I'm taking the Jets fourth.
Well, based upon what we've been discussing the last 5 minutes, I'm almost inclined to agree with you. I still believe that the fact that things are new for the Jets, the fact that they have persuaded
that new energy,
Woody Johnson to stay over there with the rest of the people who don't know anything about football and don't meddle and don't interfere, don't intrude on what the people who have spent their lives devoted to football. And one of the things from that Cowboys joint interview of Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson from prior to the Super Bowl with Bob Costas. It was an NBC game.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 28. Man, the tension. Jimmy Johnson, do you respect Jerry Jones' football knowledge? And he eventually said, look, I've given 30 years to this. I know the game.
Right.
This guy hasn't.
Yeah, he's been drilling oil.
Woody Johnson hasn't.
Right.
Yeah, Woody Johnson hasn't. Aaron Glenn has. Darren Muji has. So the fact that they're getting him away makes me feel a little better. That's why I have the Dolphins fourth. That's why I still believe that the wheels are going to come off for the Dolphins this year. And I could be wrong. And look, somebody's going to take this clip out of context. Why is he shitting on the Dolphins this morning?
Seriously,
because
why are you? You're such a jerk.
They're going to. But I just. Look, you're telling me who's going to finish fourth? The easy answer is, I don't know. It's a crapshoot. Let's play the games. The harder answer is, of those 4 teams, I just feel like the Dolphins are teetering. They're right on the brink of the wheels coming off. And maybe the wheels won't come off. Maybe they won't. But if I have to guess one way or the other right now, I think they're going to come off.
Yeah,
and if I'm prove me wrong,
right.
If they're going to use that as motivation, then they've got some bad sources of motivation. But I feel like the wheels are going to come off this year for the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, it certainly feels like they're, a little bit of another team that's thinking about kind of retooling on the fly for the future, doing things with the offensive line. We weren't sure what was going to happen with Tyreek Hill. Jalen Ramsey's out of there. That's gone, right? We know that, hey, they just acquired Matt Judon. Why? Because, they're probably a little worried about the health status of some of their edge guys. Jalen Phillips coming off of a bad injury. Bradley Chubb, right? He's getting up there in age, and he was injured not too long ago as well, right? Chop Robertson the other day, I know he got carted off. He's okay, thank God, so that's good. But, to me, Mike, it's one of these two teams. I don't know what to think. I'm going a little bit here on just the proven commodity and a little bit maybe instead of the wheels falling off, I'm going to go the desperation of the Dolphins and the fact that they can lean on the fact that they playoff caliber, been there on the edge of that, right? The Justin Fields thing just is enough to scare me to where I can't put him third. I just can't do it. I'm going to lean on the fact of McDaniels, that offense. They still got Tyreek Hill. They still got a running game. And by all due accounts, I think they're still going to have a defense that's a big pain in the butt too. So I'm going to give them the edge. But I think these are clearly the 2 bottom teams of the AFC East, if that makes it any better.
The Dolphins have an opportunity to get off to a decent start.
That's right.
They do.
Yeah.
At the Colts, Patriots at home, at the Bills. Now, that one's going to be difficult. That's a Thursday night game. Jets at the Panthers. Those are the first 5 games. They could go 3-2. They could go 4-1. They need to get off to a great start to avoid the wheels coming off. And I'll say this now. Here's the caveat that won't be included by the Dolphins fans
I
that
hope not.
are going to want to say, screw that guy again. If they can get off to a hot start, I'll feel differently about whether or not the wheels are going to come off. I think it all comes down to how they get started, because think about it. If they lose games they could win, if Tyreek Hill isn't getting the ball as much as he'd like it, that's the ingredient for the dysfunction to bubble over. And I just feel like it's right on the edge of that happening. All right.
I'm with you there, though.
So
with you.
We've got two teams. I mean, and how hard is it from here? The Patriots second and the Bills first. I mean, is there any reason to argue about that?
No. I'm not as high on the Bills, I don't think, maybe as everybody else is, as you know. I still think there's a little too much on one guy all the time, a little. You've heard those concerns. I mean, we've talked about it. We talked about the other day. What's one thing that could bother you about the Bills? Somebody on the defense that can make a play in a big moment. Does it always have to be Josh Allen? Does it always have to be? And it feels that way. And again, I test other people to go, hey, tell me when that defensive play in the big moment ever happened. And it's hard to figure it out. It doesn't happen. But yeah, I'm going to go Patriots too. I think you and I both were in agreement that we think Vrabel is one of the better coaches in football. Josh McDaniels is one of the best OCs in football. He's just the right guy for Drake May. I think they got some young talent that they're excited about. We talked about Travion Henderson yesterday, some receivers they're excited about too. So you look at all that, and then they're one of the teams that we felt like won the offseason between the draft and free agency, and their defense has got some talent on it. So you look at all those things and the Vrabel culture, I go, yeah, I expect a big year from the Patriots. I'm not sure I'm going to pick them to go to the playoffs, but I think they're a fringe playoff caliber football team and a real pain in the butt in the AFC.
I think they could get to the playoffs. Again, 7 spots makes it so much easier for a team to get there. You're on the right side of 500, you got a chance to get there, and I think they could be. They were favored in like 11 of their games at one point. Now, it's irrelevant. We're talking about games November and December. A lot's going to change by then, and I think the key is going to be Drake May. They go as far as Drake May can take them. It is, all due respect to Aaron Glenn, who knows the league better than I ever will, it is a passing league in that you have to have a quarterback who can make a big throw in a big spot. You're not going to win games with a one-dimensional offense. You're not going to just run the ball all the time. At some point, to get to the top of the mountain, you're going to have a guy who can make a big throw.
Right.
Drake May needs to develop into that guy. And we'll see. We'll see. And he needs to not do dumb stuff. That play he made in the preseason opener against Washington when he held the ball too long and it looked like Garo Yepremian with the ball going backward. That's not good. We can't have Carson Wentz moments if we're going to be the heir to Tom Brady in New England.
Yeah.
So
well, you saw the
I
game
think the
against
Patriots
Minnesota
will be
this
better.
week too. A little, you saw it, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure you saw it. Again, some of the throws early on in the football game are a little all over the place, right? A little concerning. Yeah, they were high. Right.
Should have had one picked off.
They should have had one
right in the
picked
guy's
off.
hands.
The first pass of the game was like 10 feet high, and the guy jumped up and caught it and made an incredible catch. Right. I thought there was a few other plays where I was like, I think he should have thrown that ball, and I felt like he was a little gun shy and not wanting to pull the trigger and do it, and was like, oh, let me scramble. Okay, now I feel comfortable. He's open. Boom. So, yeah, I mean, Drake May, it's going like this, but am I sitting here definitely ready? Like Caleb Williams, I'm ready to sit here and tell you, watch out, Caleb Williams this year. Watch out. I think he is going to light it up a little bit. Drake May, I think the team is going to be good, right? But I'm not sure I'm ready to say he's going to light it up like, we expect him to or want him to. That's something that I still question a little bit there in New England.
And is it as simple as this? Is it that he's going through so much from processing and thinking and learning the offense that he's just kind of losing track of things that are second nature, like accurately delivering the football?
Definitely can. And that's why I don't want to judge harshly, right? I don't, because I know I've seen a lot of good too, and I'm excited about him. But yeah, that could happen. But the other reason I just bring it up is because that's what was on his college tape, and that's what scared people about Drake May a little bit, right? Was the ball goes everywhere. I mean, his pro day, as we talked about at the time, the ball went everywhere. He lost control of it to where people were like, I've never seen a guy picked in the top 3 have a pro day like that. So that's where it's in the back of my mind. But I got a lot of faith in McDaniels and Vrabel that they get that straight and they know how to manage him, the offense. And like you said, I don't want to judge too quickly here because he's getting a crash course in a whole different offense with McDaniels.
The odds we showed you earlier were courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly and $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. Just download the Sportsbook app and use promo code PFT Live when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. As always, please bet responsibly, only with money that you're prepared to lose, because if you listen to idiots like us, there is a good chance that you will. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.